It's finale day, episode 5. Over the last 5 weeks, our participants and the geekspeak team have been working to give their brands a full-on makeover. One More Cocoa, Trey Souls, House of Tiger Nut, and Swift Hockey were experiencing challenges with their websites, brand identity, social media planning, access to funding, and support. They needed help with retail readiness, manufacturing, and even making connections. Over the last 5 episodes, we've seen the geekspeak team and their network of mentors in action, bringing each business to new levels so that by the end of this episode, they'll be ready to continue soaring towards success on their own. Now, for some final mentorship and the big reveal, this is the Black Business Catalyst Project.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our final episode. We made it to episode number 5. Well, I'm so excited because we have a special guest, our final mentor, Lisa Keizer, who is the founder of Up North Naturals. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so amazing to have you here. And I have to tell you that when we decided that we were going to move forward with the Black Business Catalyst Project, you were the first person that I reached out to. So why don't you tell folks here your journey?
Sure, absolutely. So I had my CFRE. I was a director of development for quite a few nonprofits by the time I started this business. And so I kind of stuck my neck out back then. I started the journey because I needed product for my own hair. So the natural hair movement, so to speak, isn't new now. But at the time in 2012, it was. So I made a little shea butter mix. I made an oil, which are still part of the line today. I started to realize there's something here, and I love it. And I thought, okay, maybe other people might like some of this stuff. And I was sharing it, excited to share what I was making. And then we just kind of kept on going. I had an idea. This could work. I don't see anything on the shelves. And a few things took off. And I finally had 4 things to launch with. And then I went to a chemist to see if she can help me to develop it out more. And that's really how the line started.
That's amazing. So to go from your kitchen to having not 1, but 2 product lines now.
Yes.
Talk to me about some of those key milestones along the way.
Yeah, I mean, Google's a great thing, but the industry of manufacturing, they don't have time to really have fantastic websites, right? So it's tough to find things. So word of mouth was a big part of it too. I actually drew out the products before they came to life. So I literally drew the bottle, drew the nozzle, the top of it, talked about what it can do, and I didn't have a name yet. So we were called Perfectly Curly. I still have that trademarked just in case. But it was called Perfectly Curly.
So when I met you for the first time, you came to us for some help with product photography,
yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And at that time, I think you were in a couple of small boutiques. Talk about that start and how do you go from a couple of small boutiques to being in over 200 Walmart locations and over 170 Target locations?
The ideas that you have, the ideas that I had, and I put them to paper and then just kept on working that plan. Just continually being in that space. And the other things came. And it's almost like if you build it, they will come kind of mindset. So I think I focused a lot on that, to be honest with you, Trisha. Like I had a dream to be in this one store. And I went one day and I went like a peddler with my goods and I was so excited. And I was like stopped at the door. I said, no, I actually have an appointment to drop these off. So it was hard at first. You have to be humble and you have to be willing to have rejection and you have to just go for it. And if you don't have that in you, you got to develop it quick because no one's going to promote you more than yourself. And when you have your dream, you're gonna push for yourself. So getting into that store was harder than getting into Target.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first one,
It
right?
was the first one.
What are some of the growing pains or some of the challenges that you experienced along the way?
You know, you're your own operations manager, your own marketing expert, you're your own, like, all of that, creative director, customer service. I mean, we can go on and on and on and on. And you have to let go of some of the hats. And sometimes you can't afford to let go of the hats. So it's tough. And so getting the help, and that's, I think, where we're maybe lacking sometimes. Number one, asking for help. Like, I think maybe culturally, we don't often ask for help. Maybe that's what it is.
Kanisha, I saw that look. This is a conversation we've had before about wearing all of the hats, right? So I know that you wear pretty much all of the hats. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, you know, we're growing and we're trying to scale, but like you said, like you're wearing all the hats, and I'm learning to reach out to people to help. So experts who know it better than I do.
Yeah.
For some reason, I like to learn things the hard way and doing it myself, but it has helped me to maneuver through a lot of things. But hearing you speak, it's just like, okay, there's hope at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, right now, it's like, you feel like you're just juggling so much, but hearing you talk about what you went through and what you did in that process is just like, okay,
Exactly.
I'm taking as much notes as I possibly can to know that there's another step. There's a light at the end of this.
And that light, that part, it's the thing that can keep you going. The only time I took a loan was when we got the Target. Because I'm like, how am I gonna fulfill this? Like, I'm happy. I'm happy that I got it. But then it's like, how am I gonna fulfill this? So we took a loan against the purchase order. And that was very helpful, because then it was like, okay, now I can do this, and now we can go. And now we can get geekspeak, and now we can do whatever to help us to build it properly. But we prioritized, and we always outgrew something before we moved into the next step. I didn't expect to be emotional with that. I don't know if it was just the interaction we were having, but it was like, that stuff is hard. Like, where does that come from? And why was it stuck in there, like, making me feel that way?
I wonder how much of that is cultural, right? You know, we're not used to relying on anybody.
That's it, I could do it myself.
Right? Mm-hmm. But at some point, in order to grow your business, grow your brand, you do need to get some support to take your business to the next level.
You do.
Mm-hmm. I think what you're touching on too is opportunity cost, right? So if I don't actually get some help or support, I'm gonna miss out on this larger opportunity because I'm here fulfilling these orders myself, or I'm serving somebody at the counter myself.
Yeah.
If I don't pull myself away from that, I'm not going to be able to take advantage of these new and bigger opportunities.
That's it.
Right?
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, Lisa, thank you so much for joining us. I love hearing your story over and over. I've heard it a few times, but I'm a big fan. I think I've shared that with you. It's been incredible watching you grow over the years and just seeing how far you've gone.
Thank you for the opportunity for me to do this too, because sometimes you get to understand more about where you're headed and there's something clicks. I always say dots connect. So there's things where dots connect, and this is part of that dot connecting for me. And so I thank you. And you guys, it's been really great to meet you all. And I wish you all the success. Thank you.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Lisa.
you.
Judy, welcome to your reveal. It's been so nice working with you over the last few weeks, and I can't wait for us to go through everything that we've done for you. So a few weeks ago when we started, we talked about some challenges that you were having with your product pages.
Just recently, I said that I really want to make it more of a fashionable site. I think people want to see what the shoe looks like on a person. You'll see if you read all the descriptions, it's not consistent. I'm trying to figure out if I need to just totally change gears and make this more of a model base, like people, real people in the shoes.
So we took 3 of your products that you're either restocking or new products, and we completely redid the pages. So let's take a look at that now. Some of the pieces that we worked on here was to create a brand new image gallery for you. And these were all built based on the updated standard that we created for you. So you have a standard set of images that you can upload for every product. And that way people know when they're shopping on your site, from product to product, they can kind of compare directly. We also built out a product page guideline for you that includes a formula for your title, as well as what kind of information and how to speak about your product in the long description, and then all of the information to include in the bullets as well. We also worked with you to do a lifestyle shoot to bring some consistency and clarity to your lifestyle images as well. So moving on, we can look at your Tiana boots. These are gorgeous boots that we shot for you. So again, just created a really consistent image gallery here for you and made sure that we had a lifestyle image that's really clean and clear and also speaks to your brand as well. And then last, we have your Laura sandals. So again, we did a photo shoot for these, and we updated all of the images as well as the lifestyle as well.
Yeah, adding more of the lifestyle shots. And I like the fact that you did it. I'm so appreciative that you did it on something that I can replicate, something that I can bring to the photographer that I use, and I can say, hey, I need it to look like this. White background, clean, definitely replicatable.
One of the pieces of the product description that we updated for you was to link out the width and fit information. So regardless of what's there, whether it's the width or some information on how the shoe generally fits, we've linked that to your brand new size guide page. So this brings me to the next piece here. Your size guide page is really important to your site, obviously, because of the type of customer that you sell to. So we wanted to make sure that this page was really valuable to your customers and could help answer some of those questions that they had that you were getting a lot via email or chat. So based on your particular products, we have a conversion and size chart here. So people can, measure their feet and be able to get an accurate size for the shoes that they're shopping for. And then aside from that, we also have your width guide, which is really important because for most of your products, you do have width information. So they're able to have a look at, the sizing and be able to know more confidently that they're going to fit. We also added some more clear direction here on how they can measure their feet to make sure that they fit really well. And we have a call out for both length and width as well.
Yeah, the size guide. I mean, I'm selling shoes, and so because it's online, people want to try their shoes and they can't. So this having a size guide that makes my customers who come to the site more comfortable knowing they're exactly what they're going to get is huge. My size guide before this was really sketchy, to say the least.
So coming off of this site now, we have a couple other deliverables that you have seen that we want to showcase. One of them is a brand guide. So this is a really important piece for any brand to have, even for a small business, because it helps guide the look and feel of all of the pieces that you develop. This is specific to e-commerce, so it's going to speak about the look and feel of your site, but also for social media as well. So just in kind of terms of a high level, we have information about your logos and how to use them, about your color palette, which we updated for you, your brand voice and tone, so how you can speak about your product, both on social and on your site. Those product descriptions, so that section is going to outline for you what those pages are going to look like. Image guidelines, so again, what the product images should look like. Search engine optimization, and social media as well. So this isn't only a good document for you, but if you do work with other contractors down the line, you can send them this document and it's really easy for them to know how they should produce content for your brand.
And it's 27 pages. Yes.
And then the last document here that we've created for you is an e-commerce roadmap. So this is to give you some longer term support. Obviously, we were able to accomplish some great things for you over the last 4 weeks, but we want to try and set you up for success over the next year. So there's a lot that we cover in here, and you shouldn't feel pressured to do everything, but if you are looking to invest some time or maybe money into your business from an e-commerce perspective, there's some great information in here about how some of the other recommendations that we had that we weren't able to execute on for you, how you can tackle some of those pieces on your own. So that kind of encompasses everything that we produced for you. I hope that, that was helpful to you, and that, we're able to give you kind of a boost up from your, where
boost?
you weren't.
This is more than a boost. This is great. Thank you. It's great. Everything is great. And you're lovely.
Hello, Zach. So we wanted to reveal to you, except for the thing that we worked on. So when we met the first time during our kickoff meeting, you had some challenges with search engine optimization and really just wanting to make the shopping journey better with more information and just smoother. But our biggest focus was really the product pages.
So here's our products. So obviously, as you can see, there's our pictures not fitting the whole thing. Even this picture, you can see kind of the black border, and we don't have really too many great product photos to put on the site. So we did the graphics we actually made the stick with. Those are what you're seeing there. That's not even on the stick, actually. So this is
This portion here?
Yeah, that whole portion's not even on
Okay,
our
so we
stick.
definitely have to fix that up.
So we really wanted to optimize your images. Before, you said you had just renders from your manufacturer. So we did some photography of your sticks, and we created a big image gallery that we could use to showcase not only the sticks, but really information about the technology and the specifications for the actual sticks themselves. So this is the product page for your Swift ZT Pro 1 Senior Hockey Stick. So we did also optimize the product title, adding the senior, the 60-inch, just to make it a little more informative as to what they're buying. So this is your hero image that we created. So as you can see, it's a photo. So you can see that there's a lot more detail, really the color pops on it. And then this is the image that we really wanted to get an idea of the curve of the blade, really the beauty of the stick.
Yeah.
This infographic here is one about the specifications and the technologies, because we wanted to make it really obvious what kind of technologies, what's special about your stick.
Our product photos here are much better than before. Our product photos were graphics, as you remember. We were using kind of the renders we sent into the manufacturer. So now people can actually get a good feel on the stick and kind of see more of our different colors, different shades of the gold in a sense. And then also on the carbon fiber, you can see the layering now, which we weren't able to see before. So really gives the buyer more of a feel.
Yeah, for sure. So whether they're looking at the site on their phone or they're looking at it on their desktop, they can really see all that information and all at once. And then we've also created a 3D render model of your stick. So we did this for all three, but I just wanted to show the goalie stick. So it's really cool. You can manipulate it and you can really zoom in and see the technology. For instance, you can really see the gripping pattern on here, and they can really see all different angles, have a little fun with it.
Hockey is an industry where most players want to feel the stick in person.
Right.
So with this, now players can get more of a feel than before rather than seeing a kind of a random graphic.
And then we created a buying guide, which basically has a lot of the information in the infographics, but it's a little more detailed. In order to choose the curve and the flex of your hockey stick so that you get the one that's just right for you. So it was really important for us to really inform shoppers so that not only is your shopping journey a lot smoother, but they're informed and they're making a great decision. Because of course, buying online, you can't try any of it, you can't see it in person. So you really need to actually have all the information right there available to them so they can make the best decision for themselves. Along the website, there's a lot of other things that have been optimized. There's the landing pages, as well as just some more images and banners. But we've also put together a roadmap for you, an e-commerce roadmap, so that some ideas for things that you can do in the future.
Perfect.
Yeah, and a style guide. So we've taken all of your, whether it's the product descriptions, the colors that you use, your logos, all that kind of information, put all together so you can really standardize any updates that you do in the future for your products. And you can have consistency, because consistency is key when it comes to the shopping experience. So we're really excited. It was great working with you, and we think we're really excited with what we've been able to accomplish in just 4 short weeks.
Perfect, yeah, it looks perfect. Much better than before, so.
So Zach, I think these enhancements are amazing. But apart from the optimizations that we've made on the site itself, have you experienced any other wins?
Sure, our conversation a couple of days ago, that was probably the biggest win I've had here.
You know, when you told Isaac and I that you had to leave some sales on the table, I told you that hurt my heart. So I was like, okay, we got to find a way to help you out.
So I reached back out to some contacts that we had, right? And after a few emails, and they were super responsive, I got in touch with the right person. Once they learn what your requirements are, they're going to conduct a search for you. So they're going to look at what manufacturers are out there that align with your requirements, and then pull together a short list of manufacturers so that you can meet with them. So I'm excited for you.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm more than excited. So
sweet. So, I mean, hopefully, if all goes well, you'll have a handful of manufacturers to maybe choose from, or maybe even have a backup, right?
Oh, sure.
So we've got a big call coming up on Thursday at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So we got to stay up for that. But I'm excited about that, because if we can solve that problem, sky's the limit, right?
Yeah, for sure. Also, Suzanne's probably the biggest help. She's been dealing with us nonstop, all of our problems, all of our situations we have had. She's been our go-to person.
Michael, welcome to the Black Business Catalyst Project Reveal. We finally made it.
Yes, we did. Thank you.
It was awesome spending the last 4 weeks with you, learning about your site, what needs to be done, and where we can help.
When you log into the website, you have the landing page. Yeah, so this actually has more like a moving feature for pictures, but it's supposed to move on its own, but I see it is still static, you know. So this is actually a very interesting part of the website, because these images are from, they actually do exist right now in Egypt. These are images of the pharaohs where they actually use tiger nuts as food. You have pictures of the products. You can easily come here and make your orders. The website was designed by my girlfriend. And so we just put our heads together, and she basically did the whole lot. Like, she designed the websites, and I think what I did more was more of the content.
So just to recap, some of the things we went over is your website needed a little design refresh and reorganization to really help the user guide through the site. We also were looking to update your product photos. You had some old product packaging up there. And then another really important thing that we wanted to focus on was product education, and specifically that tiger nut is not a nut. Okay, so here is your homepage.
First of all, I want to say a big thank you, because it's a total turnaround. When I saw it now, I'd be like, oh my days, is this my website? Because it looks very different. You know, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. Being a new product that people really don't know what it is, they don't know if tiger nut is a nut or where it comes from, is really key for them, for customers and consumers to actually see photos.
So the first thing I learned when I started working with e-commerce is that the biggest difference between shopping in person and shopping online is that you can't pick up and touch the product. So you lose a lot of that feel, that texture, and that was more challenging in the fact that not a lot of people know what a tiger nut is. So I think that we solved this here with this giant photo that's coming exploding off the page. And then we did our tiger nut education, and then we did our tiger nut benefits. And then as we go over to the lifestyle images, you can see here that we've really captured a lot of the texture that you kind of miss when you're shopping online. It's nice to see the product in the package, but some people don't know what they're looking at, don't know how to use it. So I think our photographers did an awesome job here. And we captured a lot of movement, and I'm just really, really impressed with what our photography did in such a short period of time. So I'm really, really happy with it.
Like we know in catering, people actually taste with their eyes as well. So having a very clear photo of a product actually tells people if the product is delicious or not. And like from what I see, the website is very delicious, and I'm very sure that sells out the deliciousness of the product to the people as well.
We also did a big infographic on your supply chain that we thought was super educational as well. We loved your story, and we wanted other people to understand it as they move through the website as well. So there you are, and we have a big story about Michael here. And then as we scroll down, we get to see the infographic. And we just feel that the website has grown so much from the time that we saw it in terms of educating the user, guiding them through your website, letting them know exactly what the tiger nut is, what it looks like. And then the last one I want to show you is just, again, just big on the texture of the chufa milks. So it's nice to see a pour in e-commerce photography when it comes to juices and milks and stuff like that. And this kind of shows them how they can use it as a dairy alternative instead of just presenting it as a milk. So that's what we did there. And then just as the other CSMs have provided, we are going to give you an e-commerce guideline to give to everybody else you work with. So whenever you're ready to dig into that, we've separated what you could do to propel your business forward in the e-commerce space month by month for a year. Yeah, so we're pretty excited about that.
That was really amazing because this is so clear. I didn't have this before. This is a very professionally done photo, and also the literature about the products really tells you what you're going to have, and it's amazing. The lifestyle pictures tells you how to use the products. You know, it's really, really. I'm impressed, and I am very grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, we say this is a very yummy looking website.
Right, so I've been thinking about, after our last conversation around chocolate covered tiger nuts, and you know, I tried out with the vegan chocolates we have because it just didn't work.
How was it like? Was it tasting funny?
Because the vegan chocolate we make is made with oats, and it was just a really strong oat taste. Yeah. We were just getting oat and then a little bit of nut. Tiger nut, and I don't want to lose the tiger nut because that's the most important part. So I'm like, okay, tiger nut is a dairy substitute, so we should be able to use it in place of milk.
Yeah, we can actually make it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, let's make some chocolate. So if we make some milk and white chocolate with the tiger nut as a milk substitute, it will be tiger nut chocolate
coated on tiger nut. Oh my day! So that's double tiger nut.
So sense. You won't lose the tiger nut taste.
Okay, Kanisha, welcome to your reveal. I can't believe it's been 4 weeks now since our kickoff when we got to see this site for the first time. So I'm really happy to take you through all of the stuff we've been able to work on together.
I'm excited. So this was designed by myself. I have a lot of late nights. And the first thing you see is our gourmet bars. The only thing that I need help and to fix is this one bar here. As you could tell, it's not aligned with the other bars, and I think it's due to the cropping. We cannot really put much description there. We're unable to put what's included in each one, so we can't say if there's dairy in it, not, my little knowledge of coding from, building their own website back on MySpace doesn't work on Shopify.
So first things first is your homepage. You can see we didn't change a whole lot about your homepage because it's already so beautiful and clean and bright and everything you want One More Cocoa to be. What we did change was one thing that you pointed out in our very first meeting was that this hazelnut bar, this pesky hazelnut bar, was not aligning with the rest of the images. So we were able to fix that for you.
I've tried to edit that a million times, and every time I scrolled on the website, it was just the thing that made me shake my fist. So thank you. Thank you so much for fixing it.
Our Sweet Story is a page that I really wanted to work on because when we took a look at it during your kickoff call, if you remember, it was 1 or 2 lines, and they were 1 or 2 really great lines, but we really wanted to dig into that story, dig into your why, and all of the great things that have brought One More Cocoa to where it is today. So we really worked on building out this copywriting quite a bit. And one thing that was missing from the older version of this page was the inspiration behind the name One More Cocoa in itself. So we were sure to bold that here, the One Cocoa full basket. We really just wanted to bring in, your personality, your background, your inspiration, your passion, all of that great stuff right onto your About page. The next page that we worked on was your Build Your Own Chocolate Bon Box page. If you recall, I remember we took a look at this page and this main banner here was like massive. And that was one of the first things you said was, I don't like how big this is. So we shortened that up for you. We also tweaked the copy, the descriptions here of the 6-piece and the 12-piece, just very, very slightly, just to make them a little bit more consistent. And then if we actually take a look at the Bon Box Builder, we also made quite a few small tweaks here that I think will make a big difference. So one of the things you pointed out to us was that you didn't like that an individual price appeared under each bonbon, because when somebody is building the bundle, that price doesn't actually align with the bundle price. So it could be something that was a little bit confusing potentially for a customer. So through a little bit of custom coding, we were able to remove that price from each of the bonbons. We were also able to add in a quick little one-liner describing, is it milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, some of the key ingredients inside these bonbons as well, because that was missing before. We also onboarded a new product, the peanut butter and jelly bonbon, which I was really excited to do the photos for. I'm gonna show you some of those. So of course we have our hero image here. We have that really beautiful cross section so somebody can actually see what they're going to be biting into. And then the really beautiful plated picture as well. This was something that our design team was really excited to work on. When we're talking about food and we're talking about luxury and gourmet chocolates, we really wanted to get that sense of luxury. We also did some photography for a couple more flavors. This is my favorite picture, I think, of all of them, because you really get to see that delicious ooey gooey caramel coming out of that shell. We also did photography for your hot chocolate and 3 of your bars, one of which is here. I love this image so much of the birthday cake bar. We tossed around a couple of ideas. We could show the bar with some cupcakes or a slice of cake or candles, but what we landed on was something a little bit more artistic, which I think really makes it pop off the page really, really well. And you can also see here on this page an example of a product description. So we updated the product descriptions for 3 of your bars, 3 of your bonbons, and then the cocoa tea as well. It's also really great for search engine optimization because by building out that content, we can fit in some keywords really easily for you. Similarly, we took a look at your newsletter and just chose a really simple layout that you can easily replicate every month and updated it with your coloring, with your logos, and just a few examples of some of the types of content that you can include in a monthly newsletter.
So as you know, I wear many hats and shoes and pants while well, running One More Cocoa, and one of the things that I've been trying to work on is our newsletter. So having a template made for us is gonna make it so much easier, and kind of already have ideas running through my mind of the things that we can do, and I can set it up ahead of time.
And then last but not least, we created a few graphics for you. I thought this one was so cute. You can use these, on social media, on your website, in a newsletter. Just kind of gives you an idea of how you can take some of your product images and present them in a different way. And then finally, like I said back in our kickoff meeting, we don't want to just do all of this and then send you on your way. So we do have an e-commerce roadmap that you will be sent.
Megan, thank you so much for everything you've done, putting up with me, because I took forever to reply back to emails, texts, and WhatsApp messages, and creating these beautiful photos for me, and of course the photography team who's worked really hard. And I wanted to give you a little thank you gift for all the hard work that you've done.
Thank
so
you
it's
so
our
much.
assorted pack of bonbons. You
wait.
could share it if you want to, it's up to you.
I'm not. I will not be sharing.
But this is my way of saying thank you so much for listening to the things that irritated me about the website and just knowing exactly what I needed without even having to ask. So thank you.
Thank you.
This has been amazing. What a fantastic outcome. Tell me, what are some of the wins that you've taken away from this?
So one of the wins I've taken away from this is collaborating with Michael of House of Tiger Nut. I've been trying to do a vegan line myself, but when he came to me and said, okay, how can we make this work? And can we add chocolate onto the tiger nut? And I was like, no. I think we need to make it a chocolate bar. So with some experimenting, we made the first batch to taste today. So I brought some samples for everyone to try. So I'm excited. So the goal of it is not for it to taste like tiger nut, it's for us to just taste like chocolate. A lot of vegan chocolate tastes like the substitute, the milk substitute. So we wanted to create something where you're just gonna have plain old chocolate and not even know it's vegan. So I hope that comes across in my recipe. So yeah, Michael, can you get us the samples? The goal is to just have it taste like chocolate. So it shouldn't taste any different from regular milk chocolate you've had before. Completely dairy-free and vegan. So this will be, from what I've known, this will be one of the first of its kind in Canada. So Michael and I are doing something new to the Canadian market.
Awesome, guys, this is it. The finale. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for being part of this. When we started thinking about this idea, we didn't even think we'd meet such an amazing group of entrepreneurs. I hope you learned as much from us as we learned from you guys. I know the team had an amazing time. I hope you learned something. Did we get what we thought we'd get?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
And let me thank the geekspeak team, without which this would not be possible. You guys were an amazing job, but I was not surprised at all. I know we weren't sure this was gonna happen. Think back in January when this started, but like, is this gonna happen? How do you guys feel now?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I just want to say congratulations. You've made myself, and certainly Trisha, very proud as always, and I'm never surprised when you guys put out awesome work. I just want to take a moment to say thank you, and I think the participants could speak for themselves in terms of just how much you've contributed to their business going forward. I just want to say thank you. And now, let's celebrate. Thanks, guys.
I'm very excited to have been part of this, and I'm looking forward to more like this.
I'm feeling wonderful. I'm feeling great. I'm sad that it's over.
Coming into this, as I said, I have no idea what I was expecting. It was a great thing that I came into this experience and joined this opportunity, as I learned a lot about myself and a lot about everybody else.
It's been a wonderful experience. It's been very helpful and very comprehensive for me.
Life comes at you quick, it seems like, even for me. These 21 years have definitely flew by, but I have a lot of time now to grow this business and create something successful.
Need to be able to continue to tweak my website and all the other aspects of e-commerce.
I never thought they were going to pay such attention to details. I never thought it was going to look like that. So I would say it was a 360 turnaround, and I'm really grateful for that.
you know, having a community of other entrepreneurs who are going through very similar journeys as has been great, because you have someone you could talk to, you could throw ideas off. Michael and I were able to collaborate and create something amazing. So it's been wonderful.
So I plan to definitely keep in touch with everyone here and, you know, expand the relationships and hopefully give back, like Isaac was talking about. Giving back is very important as well.
So for House of Tiger Nuts, I'm going to follow through with One More Cocoa to see how we can work on the new product lines and also to scale, take our products to more retailers, connect more, and also increase sales.
Next step for me as the founder and creator behind this is to get help. I am tired of wearing so many hats. It is time to take a few off.
I don't know what I can see from Zach in 10 years, to be honest. Hopefully I'll be somewhere nice, somewhere warm. But yeah, that's about it. I want to be somewhere warm.
That's it. This has been the Black Business Catalyst Project. I'm Richard Picard, signing off from GeekSpeak headquarters.